Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, where we explore rare coins, untold history, and numismatic treasures from around the world. Today, we're diving deep into a unique and often overlooked Australian coin, the 1997 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5 cents coin. This unassuming piece of Australian currency may seem ordinary at first glance, but behind its tiny copper-nickel surface lies a fascinating history, a touch of rarity, and in some cases, a surprising value on the collector's market in 2025. So if you're a coin enthusiast, investor, or simply curious about what makes this 5-cent piece worth more than face value, then stay tuned as we unfold its journey. Let's begin with the history of the 5-cent coin in Australia. Introduced in 1966 as part of Australia's switch to decimal currency, the 5-cent coin has always featured the reigning monarch on the obverse and an echidna on the reverse. Over the years, its design remained largely unchanged, but certain years, including 1997, have sparked intrigue among collectors. In 1997, millions of 5-cent coins were minted in Australia, primarily by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. The coins were struck using standard processes, bearing no visible mint mark, which was typical for circulating coins of that year. However, it's the subtle variations, low mintage figures, and occasional production errors from this period that have caught the attention of the numismatic community. The obverse of the 1997 5-cent coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned sculptor Raphael Maklauf. His portrait of the Queen was used on Australian coins from 1985 through to 1998 and is characterized by a mature yet regal depiction of Her Majesty wearing the George IV state diadem. The reverse of the coin, designed by Stuart Devlin, showcases the Australian echidna, a small, spiny monotreme native to the continent. The image is symmetrical, detailed, and has become an iconic part of Australian coinage. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, each coin weighs 2.83 grams and measures 19.41 millimeters in diameter. While these technical specifications are standard for the denomination, what truly sets the 1997 5-cent coin apart is its rarity and potential numismatic value in certain conditions. Now, let's talk rarity. The 1997 5-cent coin is not considered rare in the traditional sense. Millions were minted for general circulation. However, specific variations, including those with die errors, planchet anomalies, or unusual features, can significantly elevate its worth. In addition, coins that remain in pristine condition, those graded as mint state or proof, are relatively hard to come by due to the coin's age and widespread use. Coins with sharp detail, minimal wear, and original mint luster are increasingly sought after by collectors who focus on high-grade examples. Interestingly, 1997 was also a year when proof and mint sets were produced for collectors. These sets can include pristine versions of the 5-cent coin, and sometimes these coins are mistakenly assumed to be standard circulation pieces. The distinction between these issues is subtle but important, especially when appraising value. While most Australian coins do not bear a mint mark, there is ongoing discussion in collector communities about specific examples of the 1997 5-cent coin that exhibit peculiarities, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, weak strikes, and other minting flaws. These errors are not always intentional but can dramatically influence a coin's desirability and value. Some collectors have also reported examples of the 1997 5-cent coin with slightly different metal tones or weight discrepancies, possibly caused by planchet variations. Although these are rare, verified examples have fetched impressive prices in numismatic auctions and private sales. It's important to note that coins must be professionally graded and authenticated before they can command high premiums. Without certification, the coin's value depends largely on visible condition and market demand. So, how much is the 1997 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin worth in 2025? For circulated coins in average condition, the value typically remains at face value, 5 Australian cents. However, lightly circulated or uncirculated coins can be worth more to collectors. As of 2025, uncirculated examples of this coin often sell for between $1 and $3 Australian dollars, depending on condition and demand. Mint state coins, those graded MS 65 and higher, have been known to fetch anywhere from $10 to $40 Australian dollars, particularly if they exhibit full luster and no contact marks. Proof versions from mint sets, especially when still in their original packaging, can command values upwards of $10 to $25. And of course, verified error coins, such as off-center strikes or double dies, have sold for significantly more, with some examples reaching over $100 or more depending on the rarity and severity of the error. Online marketplaces such as eBay, as well as auction houses and coin dealers, regularly trade in these coins. Collectors are always on the lookout for high-quality or unusual specimens, making the 1997 5-cent coin a small but fascinating entry point into Australian numismatics. If you're interested in collecting or investing in the 1997 5-cent coin, here are a few professional tips to keep in mind. First, examine coins carefully using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for clean strikes, full detail on Queen Elizabeth's hair and the echidna spines, and minimal surface damage. Second, consider having high-quality coins professionally graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC. Grading not only authenticates your coin but can significantly enhance its resale value. Third, store coins properly. Use non-PVC holders, coin flips, or capsules to protect your coins from environmental damage. Humidity, oils from handling, and improper storage can quickly diminish a coin's value. And finally, stay informed. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand, bullion prices, and collector trends. Joining numismatic forums, subscribing to coin publications, or attending coin shows can keep you connected and knowledgeable. In conclusion, the 1997 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin may not be the rarest coin in Australian history, but its value lies in the details, grade, condition, and unique features. Whether you found one in your pocket change or inherited a collection, it's always worth taking a closer look. We will explore one of Australia's most intriguing small-denomination coins, the 1998 no-mint mark Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin. Will take you through its history, mintage details, rarity, and the real reasons why this tiny coin is creating a significant buzz among collectors in 2025. Could it be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Stay tuned, because we're diving into the full story, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own coin collection. In 1966, Australia introduced decimal currency, replacing the pound system with dollars and cents. The 5-cent coin has been part of that decimal series from the very beginning. It features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by renowned artist Ian Rank broadly in the late 1990s, with the Australian echidna adorning the reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin. By 1998, coin production in Australia was largely handled by the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra. Unlike other countries, Australian coins usually do not carry a mint mark to denote their place of origin. This makes the identification of special issues or varieties a more nuanced process. But what sets the 1998 5-cent coin apart isn't a mint mark or an error stamp. It's a combination of subtle die varieties, production oddities, and collector demand, especially surrounding potential no-mint mark or anomalous varieties, which we'll explore in depth. While Australian circulating coins typically lack mint marks altogether, in collector terminology, the phrase no-mint mark often refers to specific varieties or error coins that were expected to have identifying characteristics, but do not. In the case of the 1998 Australian 5-cent, certain examples have been identified with unique die characteristics, such as off-centered strikes, double dies, or even misaligned hubs, that make them extremely rare and highly collectible. More specifically, some coins from this year exhibit signs of struck-through grease errors, missing details on Queen Elizabeth's portrait, or weakened features on the echidna's quills. When combined with a sharply struck reverse and a pristine finish, these anomalies are now commanding attention in the numismatic community. according to official Royal Australian Mint records, over 76 million 5-cent coins were struck in 1998. On the surface, that number might suggest these coins are common. However, the reality is more complex. Collectors are specifically hunting for uncirculated 1998 5-cent coins with sharp detail and no minting flaws, error coins with missing design elements struck through varieties and planchet defects, and especially coins that appear to have proof-like finishes, suggesting unintentional early die states or presentation minting. In the world of numismatics, rarity is often defined not just by low mintage but also by survival rate, condition, and collector interest. And this is where the 1998 5-cent becomes particularly fascinating. As of 2025, the 1998 no-mint mark 5-cent coin has developed a sort of cult following among both Australian and international collectors. With increasing attention from coin forums, social media groups, and numismatic catalogs, the coin's desirability has surged, particularly for those rare examples that appear uncirculated, have anomalies, or come from early die strikes. Coins that were once tossed in drawers or mixed into piggy banks are now being re-evaluated with fresh eyes. For collectors, the goal is to find high-grade, mint-state coins, ideally graded MS65 or above by a reputable third-party grading service. So, what is the 1998 Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin worth in today's market? As of mid-2025, values vary widely depending on condition, rarity, and grading. Circulated coins are typically worth face value, around 5 Australian cents. However, well-kept circulated examples may fetch between $1 to 5 Australian dollars, depending on their condition. Uncirculated or mint-state examples, especially those graded MS64 and above, are commanding prices of $20 to $60 AUD. Error varieties or rare early die strikes can fetch $100 to 500 Australian dollars, with a few sales reported over 1,000 Australian dollars at specialist auctions. A proof-like 1998 5-cent coin, especially if slabbed and verified as genuine, could potentially exceed 2,000 Australian dollars in a collector-to-collector sale. Or at auction. Please note, values can fluctuate based on collector demand, public exposure, and availability. As awareness of this variety grows, so does its value. If you suspect you own a 1998 5-cent coin of value, here's what to do: inspect the coin under strong lighting, look for die breaks, doubling, or surface anomalies, check the detail in the queen's portrait. Is it unusually sharp, or does it seem weak and uneven? Look for any odd finishes. Proof-like shine or mirrored fields could indicate something special. Weigh the coin. Standard weight is 2.83 grams. Variations could point to planchet issues. Consider professional grading. Submitting the coin to PCGS or NGC can authenticate and encapsulate its condition, significantly boosting its resale value. Also, always store valuable coins in acid-free holders, and handle them only by the edges to preserve their surface integrity. The 1998 no-mint mark Australian 5-cent coin may seem like an unassuming piece of change, but its potential value lies in the details. For collectors who appreciate the finer points of minting anomalies and die varieties, this coin offers a fascinating glimpse into Australia's modern coinage history, and an exciting opportunity for discovery, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious hobbyist checking the spare change in your wallet. This is one coin worth looking out for. If you've come across a 1998 5-cent coin with unique characteristics or have had it appraised, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. The 1999 Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin with no mint mark. This tiny piece of metal has stirred considerable attention among collectors and investors alike, due to its unique attributes, surprising scarcity, and rising market value in 2025. So let's dive deep into the story behind this coin, explore its origins, uncover its rarity, and examine just how much it could be worth today. To understand the significance of the 1999 5-cent coin, we must begin with its origins. The Australian 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, as part of the country's transition to decimal currency. Like most coins in circulation, it featured Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side and an echidna, an iconic Australian monotreme, on the reverse. By 1999, the design remained largely unchanged, but subtle variations in minting locations and production runs began to draw the attention of keen-eyed collectors. Now, coins issued by the Royal Australian Mint typically feature mint marks indicating their place of production. However, a small number of 1,999 5-cent coins were released without any mint mark at all. These coins are not errors in the traditional sense, but rather unexpected anomalies in an otherwise standardized minting process. This absence of a mint mark, combined with a very limited mintage and limited public awareness, makes the 1999 no mint mark 5-cent coin a genuine sleeper rarity in Australian numismatics. The answer lies in the production volume and detection rate. While millions of 5-cent coins were minted in 1999, the vast majority bear standard characteristics. However, reports from collectors and coin grading services indicate that only a small fraction of coins from that year lack the identifying mint mark. Unlike intentional mint sets or commemorative releases, these no mint mark variants were not officially acknowledged by the mint at the time of release. Instead, they quietly entered circulation, unnoticed by the general public, and were only later identified by collectors with a trained eye. The combination of a stealth release, minuscule quantities, and limited survival rate in high-grade conditions makes this coin an increasingly coveted piece for those serious about assembling a complete collection of Australian decimal coins. As of 2025, the value of the 1999 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin has seen a significant rise. Particularly for specimens in uncirculated or professionally graded mint state condition. In average circulated condition, this coin may fetch anywhere from 15 to 50 Australian dollars, depending on the wear and overall appearance. However, in uncirculated condition, its value can increase dramatically. Coins graded MS-63 to MS-65 by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command prices in the range of $100 to 250 Australian dollars, with especially high-end examples exceeding 300 Australian dollars at auction or private sale. For a 5-cent coin with a face value of a mere fraction of a dollar, this represents a remarkable return on investment, and a powerful incentive for collectors to keep a close eye on their spare change or family coin jars. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1999 5-cent coin and suspect it might be the elusive no mint mark variety, here's what you should do. First, examine the obverse and reverse closely using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Compare the coin to other 5-cent coins from nearby years. Look for the absence of any mint mark, which may normally appear near the queen's neckline or in the lower section of the coin's reverse. Authenticity is key. Given the coin's rising value, counterfeit examples and manipulated coins have appeared on the market. We highly recommend submitting the coin to a professional grading service for authentication and encapsulation. Not only will this confirm the coin's legitimacy, but it will also help maximize its resale value should you choose to part with it. In the world of numismatics, rarity and condition are king. The 1999 no mint mark Australian 5-cent coin checks both boxes. While it may not be as widely recognized as some high-profile gold sovereigns or commemorative issues, this coin appeals to a growing niche of decimal coin collectors and modern rarity hunters. Its value has appreciated steadily over the past decade, and in 2025, the demand for low mintage and error coins is stronger than ever. This is partly due to a new wave of younger collectors entering the market and a growing awareness of decimal rarities within Australia and abroad. If you're building an Australian decimal coin collection, or simply looking to diversify your holdings with high-potential numismatic assets, the 1999 no mint mark 5-cent coin deserves serious consideration. In summary, the 1999 Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin without a mint mark represents a fascinating chapter in modern coinage. With its unassuming appearance, mysterious origins, and strong collector interest in 2025, it stands as a testament to the value of attention to detail and the enduring allure of numismatics. So, check your change, revisit your coin albums, and consult with reputable dealers or grading services. You might be holding a tiny treasure worth far more than its face value. The 2006 no-mint mark Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin. A tiny coin with a big story, this piece has caught the attention of serious collectors and investors alike. Join us as we uncover why this humble 5-cent coin is worth a second look, and possibly a small fortune. The Australian 5-cent coin, introduced in 1966, is one of the longest-running denominations in the country's decimal currency system. On the obverse side, or the front of the coin, is a right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. In 2006, the effigy featured was designed by Ian Rank Broadley, a British sculptor whose initials can be found just beneath the neck of the Queen. This design has been used on Australian coinage from 1999 through to 2019. In 2006, the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins, with an official mintage figure exceeding 79 million. Typically, Australian coins struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra do not carry a mint mark, which distinguishes them from coins produced for special purposes or at other locations. However, within this mass production, a peculiar and highly collectible anomaly occurred. This is where the story of the 2006 no-mint mark 5-cent coin becomes especially intriguing. Unlike most error coins, the 2006 5-cent piece in question does not display an overt minting flaw. Instead, it is the absence of a visible mint mark on certain collector and proof sets that has led to growing speculation and rising demand. To clarify, circulated 2006 5-cent coins are expected not to have a mint mark. This is standard for general circulation. However, a small subset of coins from 2006, released in specific uncirculated or mint sets, were expected to bear distinctive markings or have higher quality finishes. Collectors have identified examples within these sets that lack the expected distinguishing features, leading to ongoing debate and significant collector interest. According to coin experts and numismatic catalogs, the value of a 2006 5-cent coin without a mint mark depends heavily on context, condition, and provenance. A regular circulation coin from 2006 with no mint mark may only hold face value, 5 Australian cents, unless it is in exceptional uncirculated or mint condition. However, certain varieties or examples mistakenly identified as unique due to their absence of mint marks or inclusion in limited sets have fetched impressive prices at private auctions, and coin shows. One such example in near flawless condition sold at auction for several hundred Australian dollars. Some listings on reputable numismatic marketplaces in 2024 showed high-grade examples being offered for anywhere from 100 to 300 Australian dollars, depending on condition and certification. In 2025, this trend continues, with increased interest in lower denomination coins that feature unusual minting quirks or limited availability. Investors are paying closer attention to pieces like the 2006 no-mint mark 5-cent coin, particularly those certified by independent grading services such as PCGS or NGC. Coins graded MS66 or higher, that is, mint state coins with virtually no imperfections, have been listed and sold for values exceeding 400 Australian dollars. Over the past 2 years, the value trajectory of this coin has shown modest but consistent growth. In 2023, high-grade examples sold for around $180 to $250. In 2024, the prices climbed steadily, and in 2025, collectors are seeing listings reach between $350 to $500, particularly for coins accompanied by full documentation and grading. This surge is driven by multiple factors: increased global interest in low-denomination rarities, a heightened focus on Queen Elizabeth II memorial coinage following her passing, and the speculative nature of the collector's market seeking undervalued pieces. So, is the 2006 no-mint mark Australian 5 cents coin worth a fortune? For the average pocket change piece, the answer is no. But for collectors who possess a well-preserved, mint-quality version, especially one with certification or historical significance, the value can be far greater than its face suggests. As always, we strongly recommend that you verify any rare coin through a professional numismatist or grading authority before making a purchase or sale. Market prices can fluctuate, and authentication is key in maximizing value and avoiding disappointment. The 2009 Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin with no mint mark, this tiny silver-colored piece of metal has stirred significant interest among collectors due to its subtle but critical anomaly. If you're a collector, investor, or simply curious about the hidden treasures in everyday currency, stay with us as we unfold the history, rarity, and current market value of this elusive coin in 2025. The 5-cent coin has been a standard denomination in Australian currency since decimalisation in 1966. Typically, these coins are produced by the Royal Australian Mint, which uses mint marks or production data to distinguish coins from different years or production runs. However, in 2009, something unusual happened. A batch of 5-cent coins entered circulation with no visible mint mark, prompting sharp-eyed collectors to question their origin and rarity. The obverse of the coin features the familiar effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials appear just below the neckline. The reverse side, as always, showcases the iconic echidna, a distinctive monotreme native to Australia, designed by Stuart Devlin. But here's the key: while most 2009 coins follow standard production features, a select few show no mint mark whatsoever, distinguishing them from the general mintage. So, what makes this coin rare, unlike special commemorative editions or precious metal coins? This rarity isn't deliberate, it's the result of a minting anomaly, possibly a transitional or misproduction error, or an early trial strike that found its way into general circulation. Some collectors and numismatists believe these no-mint mark coins may have been struck during a test phase or on a press that failed to receive the usual dies or identifiers. Others speculate that it may originate from a proof set or presentation strike, though this remains unconfirmed. Because of the lack of official documentation regarding their origin, these coins are classified under the category of non-intentional rarities, coins that were not meant to be different but have become valuable due to an error or oversight. Since its discovery, the 2009 no-mint mark 5-cent coin has gained considerable interest from both Australian and international collectors. What began as a curiosity has grown into a sought-after numismatic item, particularly among error coin enthusiasts. Prices for verified no-mint mark specimens began rising sharply around 2016, reaching record highs during periods of strong numismatic interest. Coin collectors on online marketplaces such as eBay, reputable auction houses, and collector forums have seen authenticated specimens fetch anywhere from $80 to over $250, depending on condition and provenance. In 2025, this coin remains a highly collectible item. However, as with any collectible, condition is critical. Coins graded as uncirculated, UNC, or brilliant uncirculated, BU, are the most desirable and can command premium prices. Collectors are particularly eager to obtain coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated by agencies such as PCGS or NGC. These coins in near pristine condition may be valued at $200 to $300 Australian dollars, or even more in a bidding environment. Circulated examples still hold significant value, especially if the no-mint mark is clear and the coin exhibits minimal wear. In average circulated condition, the coin typically fetches between $60 and $120 Australian dollars, though that can vary based on collector interest and competition at the time of sale. So, how do you know if you have one of these coins? Here are a few quick tips. First, examine the reverse side of the coin closely under magnification. Look for the absence of any mint mark, particularly in the area where one would typically expect it, under the echidna or near the rim. Compare it with a standard 2009 coin to see the difference. Consider sending the coin to a reputable grading service to confirm its authenticity and secure its value in the marketplace. Be cautious, however, as the rise in popularity has also resulted in counterfeit attempts or misidentified coins being sold online. Always purchase from trusted dealers, or verify the coin before finalizing any transaction. Adding a 2009 no-mint mark Australian 5-cent coin to your collection is not just a matter of pride, it can also be a sound investment. As more collectors seek out rare anomalies from modern decimal coinage, values are likely to remain strong, particularly for well-preserved examples with verified authenticity. Given its mysterious origins, limited availability, and rising demand, this coin occupies a unique place in the world of Australian numismatics. In conclusion, the 2009 no-mint mark Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cents coin is a fascinating piece, part mystery, part anomaly, but wholly valuable to collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your journey into coin collecting, keep an eye out. Sometimes, history and value come in the smallest of packages. Thank you for watching Coin Chronicles. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our updates on rare coins, auctions, and collector tips. Have a coin story of your own or questions about a coin you found? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and as always, treasure the past, one coin at a time.